Coming up next on Teardown, I have a 1972 Honda CB750. It runs 24,000 miles on the clock. Build date of 10/71. It's really dusty. I bought this. I've probably had it in my warehouse for 3 or 4 years. Under a cover and everything, but still, it's still a little bit dusty. It runs. It had an oil leak. That's why the guy sold it. And it has quite an oil leak. It dumps oil out of it. Not quite sure where. I had this. He started it for me when I bought it. And if you run it for like a minute, it'll dump a pint of oil out. I'll get over to your side and I'll show you what he showed me. It's got a King Queen, I guess, King Queen Touring. I don't know what you want to call the saddle. Vintage saddle. Bike's really dusty. It'll clean up much better than this. It's actually a pretty clean bike. Exhaust pipes have been cut off and welded, unfortunately. Muffler's welded onto them. The VIN number CB750-2001881 with a build date of 10/71. Yeah, it's already leaking oil. You can see the puddle down there. Just moving this thing around and then sitting on a side stand, it'll start dumping a whole bunch of oil out. I don't know if it's shift shaft seal or what it is. Previous owner pulled the transmission cover and the shifter off there. I believe I have the transmission cover. I don't think I have the shifter. I got some vice grips up there on the non-spline part of the shaft because I don't know how this thing went into gear on the trailer and I could not get it unloaded. I do have a clean and clear title on this, open title. You can see the last time it was licensed was 2010. So yeah, I've probably had it 4 years, and then the previous owner had it in his garage for a couple of years before he decided he really didn't want to mess with fixing it. Sounds pretty good, pretty loud though. It's got some, I think they're homemade 4-into-2 straight pipes. I don't think there's any kind of baffle in there. I don't know if you like loud pipes, you'll like these. I do sometimes, not really in town, but that's just up to you. I'm not going to start it because there'll be even more oil on my driveway. It does run. Not quite sure what's going on up here. The one black wire was under the triple bolt, the steering clamp. And then it's got a yellow wire nut on there. Somebody's jacked around with the switch here. That does not look like a correct switch. It's got an on-off switch. 72 would not have the on-off switch. That's probably the left control off of a later model. A little bit of orange peeling going on the speedometer and tachometer faces. 24,591.3 miles, which is the correct mileage, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we'll get it rolled inside, get the oil drained, because it's going to drain all over my driveway if I don't, and these parts should clean up pretty good. Thanks for looking.